Amorim Snubs Garnacho, stubborn habits keep young star out of Manchester United's Premier League Summer Series squad. Manchester United's pre-season preparations have been marked by strong performances, tactical clarity, and renewed optimism among fans. Yet, alongside the encouraging results, a notable absence has stirred debate. Alejandro Garnacho, one of the club's brightest young talents, was not included in the squad for the Premier League Summer Series. The decision by manager Ruben Amorim to remit the 19-year-old winger has sparked conversations about discipline, maturity, and the demands of playing at one of the biggest clubs in the world. A meteoric rise, and sudden halt. Last season, Garnacho's emergence provided Manchester United supporters with genuine excitement. With blistering pace, quick feet, and a fearless willingness to run at defenders, the young Argentine quickly carved out a place for himself in the squad. He scored crucial goals, delivered match-winning assists, and showcased a confidence beyond his years. Supporters and pundits alike hailed him as a potential long-term fixture in the team's attack. But while Garnacho's technical ability was undeniable, insiders within the club began to express quiet concerns about his attitude and approach behind the scenes. According to sources familiar with training ground dynamics, the winger's self-assured nature often crossed into stubbornness. Coaches noted moments when he resisted tactical instructions, preferring instead to rely on instinct and flair, traits that, while valuable, sometimes clashed with the structured, possession-based game Amorim is trying to implement. Stubbornness under scrutiny. Those close to the team suggest that Garnacho's omission from the summer series was not a snap decision. Amorim, a manager known for valuing discipline and unity, is reportedly focused on building a dressing room culture in which every player puts the collective above personal style. In training, Garnacho's reluctance to fully embrace tactical directives has been a recurring theme. This independent streak, while partly responsible for his creative spark, has also made it difficult for him to fit seamlessly into a system built on defined roles and responsibilities. At times, Garnacho's choices on the pitch have been at odds with the team's structure, for instance, holding onto the ball too long instead of making the quick pass that the system demands. Amorim's decision to leave him out of the summer series is widely viewed as a message, not just to Garnacho, but to the entire squad. Regardless of talent, no player is exempt from the standards set by the manager. Summer series success without him. If Amorim was hoping to prove a point about the team's ability to thrive without individual stars, the results in the summer series supported his case. Manchester United were clinical, organised, and adaptable throughout the tournament, facing strong opponents and emerging as overall winners. The squad blended experienced figures like Bruno Fernandes and Marcus Rashford with hungry young prospects eager to impress. Defensive structure was noticeably tighter, with midfielders working in sync to recycle possession and launch counter-attacks. In attack, the movement and understanding between players suggested a shared commitment to Amorim's ideas. The absence of Garnacho, rather than being a setback, arguably created space for other young players to step forward. Several seized the opportunity, impressing both fans and the coaching staff. This competitive depth may strengthen Amorim's hand as he continues to push Garnacho to adapt. A career crossroads. For Garnacho, being excluded from such a high-profile pre-season tournament is more than just a missed opportunity for match minutes. It is a signal that his place in the squad is far from guaranteed. At 19, he is still developing as a professional, but the coming months could be decisive in shaping his trajectory at Manchester United. Reports from inside the club suggest that Amorim has not closed the door on Garnacho's return. On the contrary, the manager is said to admire the winger's raw talent and game-changing potential. However, Amorim is equally committed to ensuring that every player aligns with his vision. For Garnacho, that means demonstrating a willingness to learn, adapt, and embrace the team-first mentality demanded at the highest level. A source familiar with the situation put it bluntly: Amorim wants him to succeed, but success here is not just about skill, it's about attitude, responsibility, and the ability to execute the manager's plan. Divided fan reaction. Among supporters, Garnacho's omission has been met with mixed reactions. On one hand, many acknowledge the importance of maintaining discipline and ensuring that no player disrupts the collective. On the other, there is a fear that sidelining a gifted young player could damage his confidence and slow his development. In fan forums and on social media, the debate has been intense. Some argue that Garnacho's creativity is precisely what makes him special, and that overcoaching could dull his natural instincts. Others counter that football at the elite level is about blending talent with tactical intelligence, and that players who cannot adapt often find themselves left behind. One supporter wrote, "He's still young. Mistakes are part of the process. The club should be guiding him, not benching him." Another replied, "Guidance is exactly what this is. If he learns from it, he'll come back stronger. If he doesn't, maybe he's not ready for United." The manager's perspective. Amorim's track record as a coach suggests that he is not afraid to make difficult decisions for the sake of the long-term project. In previous roles, he has shown a willingness to sideline even established players if he feels they are not fully committed to the team's framework. His philosophy hinges on building trust, mutual respect, and a clear tactical identity. Privately, Amorim is said to view this moment as a test for Garnacho. If the winger responds positively, demonstrating both improved discipline in training and tactical maturity in matches, he could quickly find himself reintegrated into the squad. If not, Amorim is prepared to move forward with other options. Lessons from the past. Manchester United's history is filled with examples of young talents who faced similar challenges. Some, like Cristiano Ronaldo in his early days, adapted to the demands of the club and went on to achieve greatness. Others struggled to adjust and eventually moved on, often finding success elsewhere but never fulfilling their potential at Old Trafford. For Garnacho, the path forward will depend on his ability to learn from this setback. The Premier League is unforgiving, and managers at the top level have little patience for repeated lapses in discipline or tactical awareness. The weeks ahead, as United transition from pre-season to competitive fixtures, Garnacho will be under scrutiny, not just from the coaching staff, but from fans eager to see how he responds. Will he accept the challenge and work his way back into Amorim's plans, or will this be the start of a prolonged struggle for relevance within the squad? The stakes are high. Garnacho has already shown that he can change games with a moment of brilliance. But in Amorim's system, such moments must come within the context of a disciplined, collective approach. For now, the young winger's challenge is as much about mindset as it is about footballing skill. A defining moment. In professional football, talent opens doors, but attitude determines how long they remain open. Garnacho's omission from the summer series is a reminder that at Manchester United, no player, regardless of age or ability, is immune to the standards set by the manager. If Garnacho can take this as an opportunity to reflect and grow, it could become a pivotal chapter in his career, one that helps him develop not just as a player, but as a professional. If he fails to adapt, he risks becoming another story of unfulfilled promise in a club that demands the very best from all who wear its shirt. For now, the ball is firmly in Garnacho's court. If you want, I can also create a side-by-side timeline of events feature that would detail the lead up to Garnacho's exclusion and the aftermath, to make it read like a comprehensive sports magazine special. That would make the story even more immersive while staying factual in tone.